Today does not look like a good day to say this. Louisiana TV host killed in murder-suicide, had a dark past and unrevealing secrets. For years, Scott Rogers was known as the beloved host of the upbeat Around Town weekend TV show in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, widely praised in the community for using airtime to help publicize the events of local nonprofits, charities, and churches. The charismatic Rogers was the last person anyone might suspect of harboring a sordid secret past. But that's exactly what Rogers was doing until his personal history caught up with him last month, culminating in a desperate murder-suicide at his home that shocked the community. Rogers' long-hidden past centered around allegations that he sexually abused an unknown number of young boys while living in England nearly 20 years ago. That's disgusting. On August 27, Rogers, 52, was found dead of a single bullet to his head in the same bedroom lay on an unconscious Matthew Hutchinson, 36, with whom Rogers had an alleged sexual relationship dating back to Hutchinson's early teens. Local sheriff's deputies presumed that Hutchinson had shot Rogers, then turned the gun on him. Oh my God. Then turned the gun on himself. Hutchinson remained on life support at a Baton Rouge hospital until being pronounced dead on September 5th. Abbeville Parish Sheriff Brett Stacy declared the tragic event to be a case of karma traveling a full circle. What Scott had brewed, run away from in the UK, was coming to bite him in the butt in the United States. Stacy tells People. A dark past. The dark days reportedly began in the early 1990s while Rogers was running a performing arts school he found in England's Suffolk County. In 1992, he was arrested on charges that he committed an unnatural act on a 13-year-old boy. But at his 1993 trial, Rogers was acquitted of the original charge, and the jury failed to reach a verdict on several additional charges of indecent assault and gross indecency. Despite his acquittal, Rogers' reputation was permanently sullied. Parents pulled their children out of the school for what many of them perceived to be a religious cult-like atmosphere and inappropriately affectionate behavior by Rogers towards some of the kids. In 1996, as academically enrollment continued to drop, Rogers fled to the U.S. and settled in the Dallas area to start a new life. But on his application for American citizenship and subsequent other federal applications, Rogers shortened his birth name from Richard Scott Rogers to simply Scott Rogers and neglected to list his court-revealed history from the UK. Meanwhile, two teenagers, former students from the academy, eventually joined Rogers in the U.S. Those students were Hawkinson and a man whom the sheriff's department refers to as Stewart, now 35, who recently told Battinson, the advocate, that Rogers started. This is really hard to say. Sexually abusing him and Hawkinson when they were 12 and 13 respectively. Hawkinson and Stewart joined Rogers in Texas and accompanied him on a 12,000 move to Louisiana, where Rogers opened a small media production studio, A New Life. Over time, Stewart was granted permanent status as a legal alien resident in the U.S., and Rogers orchestrated a marriage between Hawkinson and Rogers. Oh my God, this is hard to say. Daughters. Kimberly and Scott Rogers, now 29, who had become a U.S. citizen along with her father, but Abilene Parish authorities say the union was a shame, serving only as a means to allow Hawkins to remain in the country. Kimmy showed up with her boyfriend when she visited Matthew in the hospital the week before he died. Stacy tells People. Kimberly also has a different address from Hawkinson's. Prior to the shooting, Rogers, Hawkinson, and Stewart lived in a house with Rogers' adopted 10-year-old son and 2-year-old male foster child. Hawkinson and Stewart were employed as producers for Around Town, which aired on weekend mornings on local station WAFB TV and gained Rogers' loyal and admiring viewership. God, how long is this? This is just disgusting. A new life unravels. The idyllic outward picture of Roger's life began to shatter during the summer when federal authorities launched an investigation into the fraudulent document. I can't read this. It's too hard. It's too hard to read because this man literally abused. I'm going to read Shocking Deaths. I can't read that other one. On August 27, Kimberly and Stuart were at the courthouse preparing to testify. Hawkinson is not yet summoned, so he stayed home. Kimberly was on the stand, and Stuart in the wing when she knew of the shock and the procedure. This is just disgusting. I do not want to read these because it's disgusting. This man sexually abused 2 boys. It makes me want to hurl. Thanks, guys. Bye.